We've all seen jokes on TV and heard passing comments from friends about the typical lazy, fat American. Um, News of the plague of obesity is constantly on our television and everywhere. While obesity is a serious issue, the notion that all Americans are lazy, which leads to obesity, is simply untrue. A Harvard study showed that Americans work 50% more than Germans, Italians, and Frenchmen, as well as a good bit of Western Europe. There are many factors that play a role in this, but the two main factors are economic and cultural. In this speech, I want to talk about the history of this culture, the economic principles that drive it, and the effects that it has on the people of today. So, going all the way back, our founding fathers decided that capitalism was the best way to drive our economy. So much so that they had voluntary taxes from the states to the Fed, until they quickly realized that that wasn't a way to work the system. Capitalism has changed over the years, but the main force behind it still prevails. The market will decide, and the job market is no different. People have goods and services to sell, and employers pay them what they deem economically valid. In the 20s, this was taken to extremes with very unsafe work conditions, people injured and dying on work sites, and it eventually partially led to the Great Depression. Moving to World War II, many males sent across seas to fight the Germans and the Japanese. This created a huge demand in the job market, and women left their houses as the stay-at-home mom to go be the working mom, additionally adding to the culture of working people in America. After World War II, men returned, and the U.S. experienced phenomenal economic growth, some of the best in our history. We had instilled in much of our population that if you work hard, you will live a good life and a meaningful life. And to a lot of people, they heard that and it made sense to them. And in times like those, it's hard to see the pitfalls of a working middle class. But there are pitfalls. While our minimum wage is less than some European countries, Luxembourg is the only country in Europe to have a higher average wage. Our ethic is a self-replicating goal. I think it drives the economy, which makes working more valuable and enticing, and making people work more. Around it goes. But in some circumstances, it is taken to extremes. Our maternity laws only allow for 12 weeks of unpaid leave. And in many cases, this can lead to health problems with the mother and the child. Simply, to me, that seems ridiculously unreasonable and unethical. Research even links unpaid maternity leave with postpartum depression and decreased child's health, even up to child mortality. Other deficiencies are lack of laws, such as there's no rights to occupational pension beyond Social Security. On the other hand, labor unions can drive the price of labor higher than economically viable and begin to hurt the economy. The National Education Association now donates to many political parties and lobbies for laws, while our education system simply does not move forward. Lastly, I'd like to look over the health effects and implications of our culture. The CDC found that there's direct correlation between working overtime and stress-related heart issues and even morbidity. Work-related issues, related injuries also increased with increased workload. It's not too hard to understand. To most Americans, though, whether it's conscious or unconscious, sacrificing health is worth the payoff. It's kind of the definition behind the American dream. While it does hurt some people, it benefits many. In conclusion, it's difficult to really say which system is better than the other, but it's easy to find pitfalls in both. But next time your friend references the fat, lazy American, you can correct him on at least half that statement. Thank you.